Hi, my name's Isaac Shutt. I'm an estate planning and probate attorney licensed both in Texas and in Wyoming. And one of the things that I think about often is, how do people find an attorney? And I don't honestly know all the ways that people even find me. I mean, we get a lot of clients from nextdoor.com or from referrals, friends and family, or things like that. But I suspect a lot of people find us just from the good old internet. So for those of you who are looking on the internet for an attorney, this video is for you. How do you find a good attorney? Well, let's get really basic for a minute. Not all attorneys are the same. In fact, when we go to law school, typically we'll make a decision about what sort of realm we want to go into, because a lot of people who go to law school never even go into practice as an attorney. In fact, a lot of them never even get a law license. They graduate law school and then don't even take the bar exam, and maybe they go to work for some sort of business using that unique skill set to benefit a business. Maybe they're entrepreneurial and they're going to use their new skill set to build their own business. But a good number of people who go to law school don't even get a law license. So at the very basic, you need to make sure that you're dealing with a lawyer who's actually licensed to practice law, which you would think, duh, of course they are. But no, not all people who graduated law school actually are bar card carrying attorneys. So that is a good question. Does this person actually have a license? Now, when we're in law school, one of the other big questions we'll have is sort of, what sphere of law do we want to handle? Do we want to handle civil law, or do we want to handle criminal law? And so some attorneys will do both. There are general practice attorneys, but a lot of them will kind of pick a camp and say they're either civil attorneys or they're criminal attorneys. So obviously a criminal attorney is an attorney that's going to handle things like DWIs and whatever types of crime, and they're going to defend people. But of course, there are also people who go into prosecution and will work for the government and prosecuting bad guys. And so you've got criminal attorneys. If you're looking for an attorney, you're probably looking for a defense criminal attorney. And so that's kind of what you would be looking for there. Now, this video is more about on the civil side, because civil attorneys are who I deal with every single day. So that's kind of more my sphere. I know a lot more about sort of how to shop for an attorney on the civil side of things. So again, to start with, make sure you have an attorney that's actually licensed to practice law. Make sure that, if you need somebody criminal, for some sort of, you broke the law in some way, you would go with a criminal attorney. But if you're dealing with just about anything else, you're going to be looking for a civil law attorney. Now, there are many, many kinds of civil law attorney. So there are a lot of civil law attorneys that work for companies or for the government. So they are in-house counsel, they're called. So you've got, a major corporation has a team of attorneys that work for them. So that's probably not the kind of attorney you want. They may be capable of helping you or issue spotting, but in terms of having you as a client, that's probably not who you're looking for. You want to look for somebody who's in private practice, not somebody who's working for the government or working as in-house counsel someplace. So you're looking for a civil law attorney in private practice, and then you really deep dive into what kind of law do you need. So my office is in the Dallas area, and so we have tons of attorneys in our area. So you can really do a deep dive into the type of attorney that's exactly what you need. So instead of going with a general practice attorney that will handle your divorce or your DWI or do a will for you or whatever, here in the Dallas area with so many attorneys available, you can get the guy that does just what you need, or the gal who does just what you need done. So you really don't have to think about it in terms of, okay, well, I had this attorney that handled my divorce. He's probably good enough to do my will. Don't do that. Frankly, that attorney may not even be willing to do a will for you, but you would not want to have the attorney who did your divorce handle this other matter for you, because that's not where his experience is. So in some of my other videos, you'll see that I say that my experience and my knowledge is very deep, but not very wide. So if you came to me and said, hey, Isaac, will you help me with a divorce? I would say, no, you do not want me handling your divorce for you. I will almost guarantee you mess it up for you. I'll be stressed out the whole time. I'll probably overcharge you because I have a lot of on-the-job training and I get paid by the hour. So that on-the-job training would be costing you. And so there you see the moral of the story. If you get the attorney that does exactly what you need and sort of has a focused practice area on that one thing, you're going to get better results at a lower cost faster. So instead of going with the general practice person, try to get as specific as you can in the attorney you're hiring. So let me give you a really specific example of how this would look. Okay, so let's say you are you're getting ready to open a wine bar. This has been a dream passion of yours, and you really want to open a new wine bar. Well, you could go to good old Google and type in, I need an attorney, and you might even type in, I need a civil law attorney. But I think that would be a mistake. I think you can do better. I think you can get somebody who's even more specific than that. So here's what I mean. Well, first of all, you're going to disqualify anybody in your mind who's not licensed. So they need to be licensed. So if you were Googling this, you would want to put in there, Texas or Dallas or Houston or whatever. And usually that's going to narrow things down to attorneys who are actually practicing and have a law license. Then you're looking for a business attorney. So you already know they're not going to be criminal attorneys. They're going to be civil attorneys who practice in business law. But you can get a lot more specific than that, because even within civil law attorneys, you have litigation attorneys, and these are guys who love duking it out in court and going to trial and handling juries and all that kind of thing. And then even within that, on the other side of things, you have your transactional attorneys. These are guys that look at contracts and start new businesses and things like that. So as you were searching here and you're trying to open your new wine bar, you're looking for a Texas licensed attorney in the civil transactional side. And you can get even more narrow experience than even just hospitality. Let me just blow your mind. There are attorneys out there that focus on wine law. So if you were opening a new wine bar, you could probably find an attorney in the Dallas area that actually has experience doing exactly what you need done. And if you find that attorney who's already done before exactly what you need done this time, he already has his forms, he already knows the law, he's already done the research, he knows the pitfalls, he might have learned from some mistakes. And so what does that mean for you? Well, if you can find that new wine bar attorney, you're going to be getting lower cost, faster, and much better, meaning high quality service from that attorney. So in my practice area, if you were to look for an attorney who kind of does what we do, if you were going to Dr. Google to look for, recommended attorneys, you wouldn't just put in there that you're looking for an attorney in Dallas, Texas, because you might find a lot of attorneys who are willing to do a will for you. But the question is, would that really be the best idea? Because you might find a general practice attorney that'll give it his best shot, but charge you an arm and a leg, mess it up, and take forever. So if you were to look for an attorney who writes wills, because that's really what you want, then the type of thing you would be searching for is Richardson, Texas wills attorney, or Dallas, Texas wills attorney. And then the results will be much more hyper-specific to what you're looking for, so that you'll find an attorney who's dedicated to this practice area. We usually market ourselves as estate planning attorneys, and you're going to get somebody that is much more competent, so you'll have a much better result at a lower cost, at a faster speed. And those are all the things you want. So this same thing applies to any area of law, whether it's criminal or civil. Be really thoughtful about what you're searching and try to get an attorney as specific as you can. So you're looking for the person that does exactly what you need done. I hope you found this video helpful. Again, my name's Isaac Shutt. I am an estate planning and probate attorney. Our headquarter offices are in Richardson, Texas.